Okay, hello, I'm Curse1701 and this is going to be my New Game Plus any percent submission for Quastathon EX. I'm kind of just going to start and then just commentate over it and hope it ends up well. So, two things that separate this category from New Game Plus or levels, which is kind of the main category of this game. So the first thing is something you saw there. So I used continue to pick the first level. That skips about 16 seconds worth of cutscenes and stuff. And throughout the course of the run, because we use that to skip so many cutscenes that it does total minutes. Wow, okay, that was really bad on my part. I'm just not getting my space bar. There we go. Okay. And the second thing that separates this category is the fact that we skip some levels. I'll kind of explain the skips a bit when I get to them, but yeah, so again, here, using quit and continue to skip more cutscenes. So now is probably a good time to talk about masks actually. So I'm playing as Brandon here because Brandon gets I should have looked a bit more. He gets either a 30% or a 33% movement speed buff, which is obviously desirable when we want to go fast. The second fastest mask uses Tony because he has killing fists, so every time he punches someone they die, as opposed to with any other mask where you punch someone and they just get knocked down. So I do use Tony for one level in this run. I don't... oh my lord. Come on. This is kind of good actually, because it does show like what my reset run this is, but... so I'd hope to lure some of those guys in the bottom there, because it makes... okay, so that guy in the bottom there, that's what's supposed to happen. But yeah, that guy in the bottom there, I shot him, but he survived the bullet. That is a mechanic. So I think it's enemies have a 10% chance to survive bullets. And obviously, like I showed there, I would have been fine, but he survived a bullet, so I died. Now, this is the first skip of the game. It kind of just works like because it does. So this car is right against the area of in out of bounds, which means that you can just work into the car. I think there's one level that's an exception to that, but that's pretty much it. Yikes, there's a lot of time lost. So, this is tension. This is where I use Tony. I can do this level with Brandon. And you kind of have to for all levels. But the fact that you can just kind of do this, like it's just super consistent. And that's actually a pretty clean run. Now, headphone warning now. Who's watching this? Because of that. It's not a pleasant sound, but we have to deal with it. Ugh. Okay, so I don't know what this level is. The next level is a good thing to talk about. So it's called Full House. And the reason it's a good thing to talk about is cycles in this category. So, that time would take, I should just take a death hit. So, it's kind of a shame that I took a death there because I wanted to show off the fact that, so when you have to pick, oh my lord, when you just pick up, when you put your mask in this category, it takes time and it does affect cycles. So, if I hadn't just died like the first time, then I could have shown you that it's completely, I say completely, it's like, it's kind of fair to say it's like half cycle different, because like, it's mostly the same, but you just play two rooms a little bit differently. So you can always, what am I saying, the death cycle will always be the same, so if you die, it just resets. Now, like I've said, guns don't kill all the time, which is a shame for this level because we only get guns to work with here. There's, I mean, you could use Dennis and get a knife, but Dennis being one of the masters in this game, but like that's not gonna work. There's no, you would just get shot by everyone if you tried to enter the room with a melee. Something that I kind of don't really talk about anymore, but like the intended strat is for you to go outside that window and it's long and slow. So going straight down there with a gun, I don't actually know how much it saves, but I guess in the region of 20-30. No, don't want to do that. So if I got in the car, that would have cost me 10-12 seconds-ish. Okay, so now coming out to a more important skip. So I head right, I try to walk left, I'm stopped by an invisible wall. So we need, to skip this, we need two people. We need one person, okay. We need one person to get us outside, through the invisible wall, and then one person to get us into the car. Which is why we need to bring two people in here. So, these guys can walk really weirdly, and I need to at least push this guy into the door, but they can kind of get stuck in the wall for whatever reason. Now, I need that guy to see that weapon, because if he didn't, I would have lost a lot of time. I've had this level go catastrophically wrong in marathons before. But yeah, this is a guy called Biker. We're going to see a bit more of him later, so kind of remember him a bit. But he's quite an easy boss because he tries to maintain a constant distance to you and moves the opposite direction to you go. He charges every so now and then. On the third charge, he instead throws a knife. There's an advanced bit of tech that I don't know how to do, but basically you get him stuck in a position where you can warp straight into the lift. But given I don't know how to do that, I'm kind of doing the next fastest thing, which is you just get him to throw his knives really close to the door, because it reduces your walking distance. Now push it. Deadline's kind of the last. Actually, what am I saying? Deadline. Push it is a fun level. But okay, so I didn't react fast enough there. But whatever. But if you react too early, that can happen. So. Oh my lord. Come on, there we go. Now. You need to be careful with throwing the bat there, because if you get the wrong angle, he goes like leaning against the car, and you soft lock the level. And if you get him to, if you throw the bat whilst he's too far away, then come on. Then you just can't execute him, which sucks. Now, so I'd like to grab that shotgun through the wall, because those two guys in that room I killed, their positions are random. Yeah, so we've got a knife stuck in the window there. Yeah, Crackdown has an interesting mechanic, which is... Come on, there we go. Once you kill enough people, the police come, so and they just... So I didn't kill everyone there, because you can't. And you probably could if you were super fast, but I don't think anyone can. Now, Hot and Heavy is, I'd argue, the most difficult level in this run, because it's, like, you'll see it in the third room that I go into, but it's just a big room with lots of guns, lots of people. Come on, there we go. Which is obviously more of the kind of Hotline 2 level design, but we have to deal with it. That was a bit too close. Okay, so I've had some bad RNG because I kind of... Actually, I know what I'm going to do. You're supposed to take a knife into this next screen because it makes it a lot easier. But you can do this, which you kind of normally save for Tony. Because obviously if you have Killing Fists as Tony, then getting all these knockdowns doesn't matter at all. Who's still alive? There'll be someone patrolling who's still alive. I don't quite know where they are. Ah, there it is. But yeah, fun little Tony strat there. Then, if you were playing all masks, we'd go into the top room because we need to pick up the Jake mask, but it doesn't play on a completed save file, already have that, so it doesn't matter. Now, this next level is... we thought it was unskippable for a long time, but since we discovered the skip, it's literally the easiest and fastest skip in the game. And then we get... the chapter after this is kind of a really great chapter for any percent, because... okay, that was... So I'm trying not to walk too far in, because the invisible wall there can catch you really easily. So yeah, this is a fun chapter because... so every chapter in my splits has 4 levels in it, and over this chapter we have skips in 3 of them, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so Trauma... I might be in trouble now. I need to move well enough through this level, otherwise I get caught and lose a lot of time. Ooh, I didn't think I was going to make that. So, there's a lot of... I think the casual method is to go basically up and right and out the top there, and then you head out left, which is very safe, but... so, but we don't do that. Anyways, so I just hit Alt F4 to crash the game, because the game saves right as you enter that cutscene, which means you can just skip, crash the game because it's faster. Oh, this is this is the most difficult skip in the game. If I can get this first try, I'm going to be quite happy. I don't think I'm going to get this first try. Nope. If that gun guy see me, come on mate, come on. Okay, so I'm going to try a setup here that is just the backup. I completely messed it up, so I'm going to die. I think I got 3. So I want to kill one of these guys. I didn't do that, but that's fine. So yeah, we need to kill one guy to get out, and then we need him to see us. Punch him so his bat doesn't get stuck in those cars. Then he gets a bat, and hopefully, yeah, just punch him straight into the loading zone. So it could have gone better, but it could have gone worse, so I'm not going to complain now. So, we skip Eaters, Trauma cutscene, we just flat out skipped Assault. Vengeance is arguably the most difficult level in all levels, particularly the first floor, because you just have to keep track of about 5 different people, some of whom can be off screen, or you can just do that, which is kind of nice. Now this is Showdown, this is as it says, final chapter, but it's kind of not. Like, this is the end of the, I missed that shot. This is the end of Jacket's storyline, really. I say storyline, which is kind of an overestimate, given you don't really see any in this category. So those 3 knives that get dropped there, they're RNG, and that was quite a bad placement. You kind of want to have them gone up top, so you're at less risk of getting shot. And that's the main game. So you just got 4 levels to clean up the biker's storyline. But it kind of explains a little bit more about what this game is. But yeah, this is a long cutscene. It's kind of a shame that we can't skip it. So yeah, it's about 3 minutes left now. So it's probably going to be a flat 20 or a 21-minute time. I'll probably throw in my estimate at like 23 minutes, because that gives me a lot of room to work with in terms of just levels going wrong, bad RNG, and just generally Hotline being Hotline. The nice thing about these levels is you don't have to worry about picking the wrong mask, and there's no different cycles or anything. It's just you are biker. Now I said there's 4 levels in this section, I guess, which is true, but there's only really 2 levels, because 2 of them are just story stuff. Oops. That can be tricky if you get knockdowns, because there's a random guy in the top room who might have seen me. I love getting that knife hit. So that guy is random, but that guy is just positioned there. So yeah, now just at this point in the run, normally you're kind of like, you can relax a bit, because your time, it's pretty much your time is your time. This is a real auto-scroller section. I mean, this is the last bit of tech in the run. It's called Jacket Clip. So first, kill him. We use the range knife to avoid a text box. But yeah, the last bit of tech in the run, which I messed up, probably. Yeah, that's... I meant to throw a knife a bit earlier, he would have got stuck in here, would have gone just clean through the wall because of how the game handles executions. So that's a shame. Now this is the only level we don't use quit and continue for because the game doesn't actually save at that point, so you just have to do prank call again if you did that. I mean, obviously we've cleared it because there's a new game plus, but we stick with like the same rule set for new game any percent, because otherwise we're just giving this category a slight advantage for no reason. And that's Hotline in 2034. Yeah, probably going to throw my estimate in at 23 minutes. I guess I'll decide, but... Yeah, thanks for watching my submission for Quastathon EX. I'm Cursed. Bye.